Hello, welcome to Irish Storytime. My name is Joe, and today I want to read to you the Táin Bó Regamna. This translation is by Morgan Daimler. When Cuchulainn was in Dún Imrid, he heard something. It was the roaring of cattle, so that he woke up and was thrown out of bed and reached the bench that was sitting on the floor. After that, he went outside into the yard, and it was his wife, following behind him, who brought his clothing and his armor. And he saw something in front of him, Leg in his chariot, harnessed at Ferta Leg in the north. What brings you, said Cuchulainn to Leg. The roaring of cattle that I heard in the field, said Leg. What direction, said Cuchulainn. In the northwest, thus, said Leg. Follow on them, said Cuchulainn. After this, they went out to Ethdeferta. While they were there, they heard a noise of the chariot in the side of Grellic Cuglar. They went down and saw a chariot before them. One red horse, with a single leg, was pulling it, and the shaft of the chariot went through the horse to the front of its forehead. A red-haired woman, with red eyebrows, was in the chariot with a red cloak about her shoulders. The cloak hung down at the back of the chariot and dragged on the ground behind her. There was a big man in front of the chariot, wearing a tunic, carrying a forked white hazel stick that he used to drive the cow. The cow is not pleased with her driving, said Cuchulainn. Indeed, it is not necessary to you to judge this cow, said the woman. It is not a friend's nor a companion's cow to you. Indeed, the cows of all the Ulstermen are necessary to me, said Cuchulainn. You decide much, O Cuchulainn, said the woman. Why is it that the woman speaks to me, said Cuchulainn. Why not him, the man who speaks to me? It's not the man that you shouted to, said the woman. Ha, said Cuchulainn, speak and you speak in his voice. Cold wind, conflict, brightness, strife is his name, she said. Indeed, that name is wonderful throughout, said Cuchulainn. Then you are bound to speaking the course of this conversation for the man. What do you name yourself, said Cuchulainn. Not difficult. The woman who you are speaking to, said the man, is keen-edged, small-lipped, plain-cloaked, hair, sharp shouting, fierceness, a phantom. You give me an idiot's counsel, said Cuchulainn, based in this. Cuchulainn jumped beside her in the chariot and set his 2 feet on her knees and his dart against the crown of her head. Who puts this point indeed, said Cuchulainn. A small something then, said she. I am a woman satirist indeed, said she, and it is from Dair Mech Fiachna of Culnia that I bring the cow. She is a poet's reward for a poem. I'll hear the poem then, said Cuchulainn. A small something only, said the woman. Not manly to you thus while brandishing over my head, said she. Then after Cuchulainn went so that he was between the 2 poles of the chariot, she gave this poem. Low-born foundation you grab, take a herd driven, eastward blown mirthneme, great misery, chief stone, hurrier, raven fierce, but not bringing great floods, peak of fame, unique death, plain of save heart, every head, world warring judgment, half a glen severed, bright wild place, your life deceitful, arrival runs over poet's demands, over mound's messenger, your direction every burning, Culnia, O Cuchulainn. Cuchulainn sprang onto his own chariot after that. Then nothing was there of all of them, not the woman, not the chariot, not the horse, not the man, not the cow, and he saw that she was a blackbird on a branch near him. A hurtful woman you are, said Cuchulainn. It is Dulad, then, that will be on this bog until doomsday, said the woman. Bog of Distress was its name from that time afterwards. If only I had known it was you, said Cuchulainn, not this way would we have separated. Whatever you would have done, said she, misfortune would result from it. You cannot bring misfortune to me, said Cuchulainn. I am able indeed, said the woman. It is bringing about your death I am and shall be, said she. I brought this cow then, she said, from the fairy mound of Cruachan, so that she was mounted by the brown bull of Culnia by me, that is the bull of Dair Mech Fiachna. And it is that interval you be in life until the calf in the womb of this cow is a young bull, and it is this that stirs up the cattle raid of Kulnya. I will be renowned through this aforementioned cattle raid, said Cucullin. I will kill their champions, defeat their big battles. I will survive the cattle raid. How will you do this aforementioned? Said the woman. For at the time of your combat with a man of similar strength, similar form, similar skill, similar quickness, similar alertness, similar tribe, similar weapons, similar greatness, against you, I will be an eel throwing twists about your feet in the ford until it will be greatly unfair odds. I swear to a god Ulstermen swear to, said Cucullin, I will kick you against blue-gray stones of the ford, and there will be no cure for you from me for it until doomsday if you don't ask my forgiveness. I will be a blue-gray wolf bitch then against you, she said, and I will take a strip from your wrist on the right up to your forearm on the left. I swear to a god Ulstermen swear to, said Cucullin, I will wound you myself with my dart until your eye bursts in your head, and there will be no cure for you from me for it until doomsday, if you don't ask for my forgiveness. I will be a red-eared white heifer then, said she, and I will come in the water in a place of the ford another time. You will be at combat with a man as skilled as you, and 100 red-ear white cows after me. All the cows behind me will burst into the ford and violate fair combat against you, and your head will be taken away off you in that very ford. I will swear by others. I will throw a cast out of my sling at you, and with it break the lower part of your leg shortly, and by no means will there be a cure for you from me for it until doomsday, if you don't ask my forgiveness, and that will not be done any day at all, said Cucullin. They separated, and Cucullin went back along his course to Dun Imrith, and the Morrigan went with the cow to the fairy hill of Cruachan and Connacht. I always smile a lot during that story because of the way that they speak to each other. And anytime the Morrigan speaks, it always puts a smile on my face. Thank you for letting me read to you today.